Today, as I worked in my church's food pantry, I was reminded of a season in my life where I was on a self-discovery journey. And I was completely void of purpose. I didn't know who I was becoming yet. I didn't have any clarity on which direction I was going or what my calling was. And the emptiness was more than uncomfortable. And as I began to consider what my purpose might be in life, I found myself searching and searching. And as we look inward and we find ourselves trying to uncover where we belong, where we fit in this life, where our life trajectory is. If we stay there, we can oftentimes become stuck. And self-reflection is important, but isolation can also deepen that void. I realized that I needed something to pull me outside of myself. And how I was able to do that actually surprised me. Um, this was during a time where, like I talked about in previous videos, I was coming out of um, self rejection. I was coming into self discovery. So I was just learning who I was. I was new on my sobriety journey. So a lot of different things were happening all at once. And so I was really finding myself in a place of isolation. And so, um, as I begin to serve, and not only just serve, but as I began to serve others, it gave me a sense of purpose before I ever got a sense of clarity. And, I didn't serve because it gave me confidence. I served because I was available. And purpose began to grow through obedience, you know, and I still wrestled with certainty, but all in all, serving didn't give me all of the answers, but it did give me solid ground to put my feet. And it reminded me that I was useful. It rebuilt confidence quietly within me. It also reconnected me to God's heart for people. And purpose returned before passion did. And here's what I learned: purpose doesn't always come from discovering who you are, it often comes from giving what you already have. You don't need to be fully healed, clear on what direction you're going, or confident to serve. God often meets us in the act of serving, not waiting. And so, my encouragement would be that if you are in a season where you feel lost or empty, that you start by serving. So that might be, for me, I started in my church's food pantry. For you, whether you are on a faith journey or not, that could be serving in your Boys and Girls Club. It could be serving at a local food kitchen, whatever that looks like for you. Volunteering your services, tutoring. you know? And so start there. And that's not to earn purpose, but it is to remember that you were created to love and you were created to contribute and, care for others. And purpose has a way of finding you right where you are in the midst of serving. So I just wanted to encourage you today and let you know that um, you are wonderful, you are worthy, and you are capable. And I hope that you have a good rest of your evening, and we will talk soon. Bye bye.